And so severe weather is going to be in store. And with this air mass clash that will happen, Nashville, Tennessee could find themselves in the crosshairs. It's this threat that's riding the coattails of the second clipper that's darting across the Northeast. The culprit is going to be a cold front that's going to be moving down toward Tennessee, and it's going to start pulling in some pretty warm air from the Gulf. And all modes of severe weather will be possible. That does include tornadoes. But it does look like, you see that level 2 threat, it looks like that zone hail will be the greatest potential. But it extends all the way from the Gulf Coast clear up into the Ohio River Valley, into the state of Ohio. So this cold front will have a lot of real estate to move through, and that means that some storms that develop could in fact be on the severe side. But to hone in on what we're expecting through south central Kentucky, right into middle Tennessee, that zone we need to watch for some significant hail. It's very possible that we could have some damaging hail in Nashville as we head into the evening tomorrow night. So maybe if you have a safe place to put the car, put it away before about 2 or 3 o'clock. Get home early if you can, just ride out the storm. You don't want to mess with these systems that late season, so it's November, there is plenty of cold air to work with. If you get a storm that develops in the atmosphere, you get some efficient hail growth in the clouds. And so that's why we have that isolated threat. I wouldn't call tomorrow's storm energy just gangbusters.
Right.
But
it's not looking like an outbreak, a severe weather outbreak, but there is this potential where some of you out of the Mississippi Valley and into the Tennessee Valley especially could see some of these more intense, robust thunderstorms.
Right.
And all hazards are on the table when you talk about hail risk, especially because of just that ability to tap into that colder air more easily, and also the risk for maybe an isolated tornado or some gusty winds. In terms of Cape, not a lot of it, not a lot of energy, but there is some shear. Speed shear, we've got directional shear, so that enhances your twisting potential.
yeah, the fact that we have for hail in this zone doesn't discount what we could see through Mississippi and Alabama too. I mean, the storms that we're going to watch, it might be best just to show you how it's going to play out on our Fox weather model. Not overly impressed with the setup and the dynamics here. We are impressed by the cold air, there's no doubt about it, but it's at this point, about 3 o'clock, that maybe we get some storms that develop through south central Kentucky, maybe try to form into Tennessee. You do have some storms that'll be bubbling up. That's why we got that risk, just not as high. But it's there. It's right before sunset, 5 or 6 o'clock, that the storms will really pop. Maybe a couple of these are supercells, which are just rotating storms. And supercells do lead to tornadoes. So we can't say that there won't be tornadoes, but it's just a slightly lower threat. We see that, though, by Friday night. And then Saturday, we'll pick it up again. But I think Nashville really needs to pay attention to this forecast tomorrow.
Agreed. Nashville does seem to be, I don't know if I'd say epicenter, but at the center, certainly, of where we could have some of the more robust thunderstorms. So that's a look at the timing for Friday, and it would be right around dinner time, maybe do the early bird special, but I think between 3 to 7 within that window there, just to be on alert for watching those potential warnings that could pop.
And Saturday, more real estate. Remember, this cold front, it's going to have a lot of cold air eventually to work with by Saturday night and then into Sunday. So as that boundary doesn't stall out, but it's not forced south until later in the period on Saturday, we could have another day where there's some widespread showers and storms. So we'll be watching this weekend. A few storms possible in the southeast.
Saturday will feel very different than Sunday.
Yeah.
Heck, don't even talk about Monday. I mean, it's like